Hello everyone, I've just come back from watching the Final Destination at my local cinema, hence the 3D glasses. It's the first time I've been to my local cinema to see a 3D film, because the last time I saw a film in 3D was My Bloody Valentine, and I had to travel 2 hours with a group of friends to see a big pile of shit. So I was quite thankful that I only had to travel 5 minutes to see a big pile of shit. Now, I really like the Final Destination films. I really do. The first one is awesome. When I saw that in the cinema, and it was brilliant. It was like a new take on the slasher films. And it was actually creepy. It's definitely the creepiest one of all 4 films. There were moments in it that made me jump. There were moments in it that made me like cower and fright. And it was just a great, unique film. And it was just brilliant, really. Just brilliant. A good film. Good film. Number 2, I think I would probably say is the best one out of the lot. It basically took number 1 and just enhanced it, really. It wasn't as creepy, I'd say. It was just more about the deaths. And that's all, with Final Destination films, you know what you're getting. And these delivered on the deaths. They were the most inventive deaths, shocking deaths, and it's quite funny deaths. I know you shouldn't laugh at death, but, number 2 delivered on the laughs, as well as making you jump. And it was really clever, just the way they did that as well. So I really like number 2, as I say, probably my favourite in the series. Number 3, when I saw this in the cinema, I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was pretty bland, there wasn't a lot to it. A couple of the deaths were quite cool. The Tannenbeds for one, they were pretty good. But in general, I was a bit disappointed with it. However, since getting it on DVD, I do think it's probably my most watched Final Destination of all my DVDs. Basically because it is the best DVD. The special features you have on this film outdo all the other films. And the fact that there's a where you basically take control of the film and you can change how the deaths are played out, and even in one scene you can even make a character survive their death, and they appear later on in the film, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. It's probably not the most original thing when it comes to DVDs, but it works well, and as the special features go, it's definitely the best of the lot. Now moving on to number 4, The Final Destination. I saw a lot of reviews here on YouTube, and I had to say I was quite disappointed about hearing what people were saying oh, it's the worst film in the world, it's absolute garbage, don't go and watch it, it's bullshit. And I was a bit annoyed because there was a lot of hype for it. In amongst Final Destination fans, there was quite a bit of hype. And so I thought, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's in 3D, I don't really care too much for the story. As long as it's got great deaths and really in-your-face moments, and 3D should help that. After I've watched it, I would say out of all 4 films, it's definitely the worst one out of all 4 films. There's no question about it. I wouldn't say it's the worst film ever, but it's definitely the weakest of the Final Destinations. The deaths, they just really weren't that inventive. They weren't. The point with Final Destination films is that it takes everyday scenarios and makes them dangerous. But the deaths in Final Destination 4 generally weren't everyday scenarios, apart from 1 or 2. And even then, there was no real ooh moments, or waiting for that particular moment. Although there was a build-up for one death. I'll try not to spoil it, but it just fizzled out. It was like, well, okay, spoiler warning. It's the death involving the car wash. Or should I say non-death? And it builds up and you think, oh yeah, that bitch, she's going to have her head ripped off. But no, the goodies come to save her, and she's in for the rest of the film, which is quite annoying because she is a bit of an annoying character. So yeah, just the deaths, they were weak, and there was just nothing to shock you. Very, very disappointed. The acting, not particularly great, but it's, I don't go to Final Destination to see Oscar-winning performances. I just go just to be entertained. And even with the 3D, well, there's some seriously dodgy 3D. I'll say a bit of The Snake. That was probably one of the worst bits of 3D I've ever seen. But it just didn't work. It could have worked, but it just didn't. In a way, I kind of hope this is the last of the Final Destination films, which is a shame because I feel it really should have ended on a high. I know it's doing well in the box office, but that doesn't mean it makes it a good film. So if they do decide to make a 5th film, I just hope they get enough creative ideas and originality with the deaths. If they're going to make it 3D, again, just make sure you do a better job. I can't really be too harsh. I mean, I'm no 3D film expert, but I go to these films to be impressed. And there were some good moments of 3D and a lot of bad moments. So if they do make a 5th film, I hope they do it some justice and give it the swan song it sorely deserves. Okay, that's my Final Destination review. I might be doing some more film reviews, but I felt I needed to do a review for this film, seeing as I'm a big fan of the films. The most annoying thing about this, though, is even though I think it's quite a bad film and the worst of the lot, I will still get it on DVD, and that's what annoys me. I have to part with my £15 to buy a film that's not so great, and because I own all 3 of the previous films, so it makes no sense not to get the 4th one, because I want to have the collection, and they'll be sat on my shelf, being not watched, unless it has some good few extras, but that makes me angry. That makes me very angry.